So, how was Florida, Zach?
It was great, but you don't just start a conversation after hitting a spacebar button to start the recording and then saying, how was Florida? I mean, I guess you could if you wanted.
I mean...
You did.
We need to get 100 years out of here.
I just got back from...
I was hoping you wouldn't be a dick about it.
Okay, look, the least you could have done was pick me up from the airport. But then I realized halfway home through my trip in Florida, I was like, Brooks is a terrible driver. I need Matt to pick me up. And Matt did pick me up, because if you would have picked me up, I'd still be in the airport a week later.
Right.
Anyway.
With that attitude, yes.
It was amazing. But what happened while I was gone? Anything? I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Nothing all that interesting really happened, I don't think.
Hey, you guys are out of Windex. I didn't drink it. Oh, fuck! Damn it! I didn't hit it right! Shit! Fuck! God, he hit me dead.
Aren't you supposed to be dead?
I'm dead on the inside, I guess.
So, what?
Oh yeah, Josh is alive again.
No, I got that, I think. What?
Yeah, he came out of Chris Christie's butt or something. I don't remember.
Hold on. I drank all the Windex. There we go. Alright, thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. Can't do anything in this fucking shithole.
What?
So how are you doing? How's Florida?
Why are you back?
Look, there was something with crystals, a portal, Chris Christie. I may have had sex with Chris Christie. That is yet to be determined. But, yeah, so Florida was good?
Yeah, Florida was great.
Did you see Jeb Bush? Was he sad? Was he really sad?
Yes, I saw Marco Rubio as well.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
I don't know who he is. I just said his name.
I mean, it was perfect that you said that, because it made sense.
He is the governor of Florida.
Oh, sweet, I was right, I guess.
And he lost in Florida.
Indeed he did. His own people didn't even want him.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I mean, they voted for Trump, so it'll only make sense.
Yeah. Oh, I heard Trump's actually losing a lot of favor now, because people are, listening now to what he's saying?
Well, is it because he said women should be punished if they get an abortion?
This is a wonderful political podcast. By the way,
I just
welcome to the Brooks and Zach 100 Years podcast. I'm Brooks, that's Zach, and that's Josh.
I like how you looked at us, like, hey, maybe they're not going to leave me in the shit.
Yeah, maybe they're not going to be horrible today.
You said that's Zach and that's Josh, but if this is the first episode they're listening to...
Why can't I have my own introduction? Like, can I say my name myself? Can I do it now?
Well, yeah.
Alright, I'll do it now. And I'm Greg. Fuck! Every time!
You knocked over the mic.
No, that's not a proper mic. That isn't regulated. That's its own fault.
I think it was your fault.
The idea was for you to say your name when I go to you.
But then, like, you looked at me and I'm like, alright, I'm about to do it, and then you just said it anyway.
But the thing was, I waited for Zach to do it, and then, like, and then he didn't do it, because he never does it, and then I lost all my faith in humanity, so I didn't give you enough time to do it.
Oh, okay, so someone made a mistake, so
the
you're like,
neighbors
fuck
are
it
gonna
all.
be very mad, because you shout fuck a lot.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. These walls are paper thin.
I'll pay him in... kindness.
Yeah, I was like, you don't have money. I mean, maybe you found someone, he died and came back. How did that happen? You never explained.
I'm not even quite sure myself.
We'll just leave it at that then, I guess.
Right.
Alright, so while I was in Florida, though, I did see a movie. A movie that was,
do you want to, what order do you guys want to do it in? Do you want to go Daredevil, then Batman v Superman?
Can we just get the worst of it out of the way?
Okay.
So let's talk about
Batman
versus...
listeners, we'll go a little non-spoilerly, but generally for this...
There's nothing that is sacred.
Generally for this, we'll go spoiler heavy for Batman v Superman, and when we get to Daredevil, we'll be light on spoilers, because Josh has not finished Season 2 yet.
No, I'm on Episode 3.
Yeah.
The pedophile thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for Batman vs. Superman. It sucks balls! There we go.
Okay.
It's being picked up a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. We have a quote unquote soundboard now.
Yeah.
That is being run by our own Mr. Josh Yaskovich.
Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes. So, alright, Batman vs.
Okay, so, little background. Batman v Superman announced
Or as I call it, Punisher versus Superman.
Yeah.
Because he kills people.
You told me that joke in the car.
It was announced back in 2014, and we've been waiting so long so long for a Batman and Superman movie where they're both on screen in a live-action film.
I remember seeing a trailer for it during I Am Legend, when in the post-apocalyptic world you see a Batman and Superman trailer.
Yeah, all the way back in the early 2000s, they were thinking of doing it.
That was good. It was about zombies from cancer.
No, it's from Cure of Cancer.
Cure of Cancer zombies.
Yeah.
That was a much better movie.
We should have just kept the cancer.
It only makes sense because that cure was discovered by a woman.
Ugh.
No, shit. I gotta hold it right.
You gotta practice with the soundboard.
I know.
Yeah. So, real quick, we'll just go around and give our general thoughts, and then get more into spoilers. So, Zach, what was your opinion of the movie?
Okay, so it made me really angry. I'm just gonna go through like my entire thought process throughout the entire 2.5 hours that is that movie.
Way too long.
Okay. Yes, but way too long. As it started out, dream sequence Batman, it's already a terrible start. You never start with a dream sequence in a movie because it makes you go, well, what's going to be real and what's going to be a bullshit dream sequence? And as it keeps going on, I'm still trying to follow it. There's a lot of shaky cam, everything, and I'm like, this isn't even an action scene. There's two people talking. Why does the camera need to have Parkinson's? And then it continues to go on. I'm very bored at this point. I'm like, that's Wonder Woman. She'll come into play later. Batman's stupid. He doesn't have contingency plans for everything. I hate this movie. This is stupid. But before the movie started, you see, this woman I was with in Florida told me, hey, if the movie's not as terrible as you say, I'll give you head in the car after. And I was like, yes! This will be great! Now the movie has to be good because maybe God likes me. But as the movie continued to go on, there would be times where I would look at her and she would look back at me and just shake her head slowly. No. And then she would apologize, but she's like, I said only if it wasn't as bad as you were thinking, but I can tell. This is shit. And now, when you first see Lex Luthor, I was like, yeah, all right, maybe he can pull off a weird, eccentric Lex Luthor. Wow, he's shitty. Wow.
It's just like an awful Joker impression.
He's
this
doing a
entire
bad
time.
Heath Ledger impression.
Oh my God.
Then it was like, here's how the Flash, who he is. Here's the Aquaman. Oh, what's this wonder? Was it woman? And and then it showed Cyborg, and I was like, I like Cyborg. This is actually cool. I like how this looks. And then the only time in this movie theater, typically with superhero movies, everybody claps at certain points because like, yeah, this happened, like in Deadpool or whatever. People were cheering whenever like he speared a guy or whatever. Like, yeah! In this movie, dead silence, except for when Wonder Woman landed down and like deflected Doomsday's blast with her shield or whatever, and there was like a guitar riff or whatever. It was like, yeah!
People clapped during ours. Like,
that was the worst.
Was
when the
sad.
movie ended, like when the credits hit, that people started clapping.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
But I think the longer it went on, the more angry I got, and I would like look around at other people to see if I'm not the only one who thinks this is shitty, right?
Oh my God.
And like there are other people just shaking their heads no, but then there are some people who I guess are dedicated fans of everything, and they're like crying as Superman is dead, and I'm like, what?
Which is so
Well,
fucking dumb.
I have a lot to say about that specific thing, but
And then it ends on like X-Men 3 style, where it's just like a little twitch of, oh, he's alive actually.
Oh my God.
right.
After credit scene, which also made me mad.
Was there? We didn't even
There
bother.
wasn't.
There wasn't. Okay.
Okay.
Because we were like, fuck this.
So,
We
they're
immediately
they're so desperate to not be Marvel, even though Marvel makes a lot of good movies and
Marvel
has
makes
an actual
amazing
plan.
movies.
So, yeah. But my thoughts on it. I was also, the person I was with also said they'd give me head if the movie was good. Unfortunately, I saw it with Josh.
Yeah.
I only saw it with Josh. Yeah. But
look, I don't know why you're saying I said it. You said it to me.
Look, man. This movie, I don't think I've ever, this is gonna be like a recurring theme among all of us, but I don't think I've ever been more mad at a movie than before than at this movie. Like, I was, at the beginning, like, I was just on board. I was like with that opening scene, that was, like Batman's perspective on Man of Steel and the ending to that. I'm like, I'm on board with this. So what if they had a dream sequence to open with? I don't care. They're just trying to get the origin out of the way. Now I'm watching this. Now it seems like they're learning from their mistakes. And then the movie just kept going. It just kept going. I'm like, Batman's just a murderer, and Superman is not acting like Superman, and we just keep going. Lex is terrible.
Who stands in a tub with their shoes still on?
Oh my god, I have a whole bit about that.
Okay, we'll come back
But,
to that then.
And then,
I got mad at
like,
that.
I'll just like wrap up. I was very disappointed with the movie. I thought even if you take out all of the stuff, like all of the superhero things and all the ways they get all the characters wrong, if you take all of that out, it's still just a shitty movie. It's all over the place, and you don't know like why everything's happening. It's so dour, it's so humorless, and it's just ugh.
It's a god awful mess.
Your turn. What do you think?
So, all right. There's, and I told you this, Brooks. There's a quote from Dane Cook that I always thought was funny. That he got in a lot of trouble with.
Jesus Christ.
He said he said this joke right after the Aurora shooting. He said, I'm gonna butcher this, but he was like, respect for the people who died, but there's gotta be at least one person in that audience when they saw Dark Knight Rises saying, "Oh, please, somebody just shoot me." That is what I was saying during that entire time. I was like, please, someone just bust in and fucking just end this awful pain. I'd
rather what you texted me is just like where you go in and the shooter doesn't kill anybody, but just shoots at the screen. Yeah, just shoots at the screen.
I'm gonna save everybody.
I gotta save everybody. That's what I'd rather have happen.
My God.
But
I mean, Jesus Christ, I have never been so disappointed in my entire life, and I feel like I have to write an apology letter to Marvel because I shit on them so constantly, and I'm like, yeah, DC's way better, more realistic, way better, and then this fucking kicks me in the fucking balls and slaps me across the face.
Now Stan Lee cameo doesn't seem so bad.
No, they don't. I would have preferred to see like a 2-hour-long Stan Lee fucking cameo than to sit through that god awful, unbearable garbage. So when we talked about this, yeah. Thank you. So I guess we'll break it down by scene. One of the scenes.
All right, I'll let you do your thing, but real quick, if people are listening, if you like the movie, that's fine.
Wrong.
It's just no.
You have autism. You need to tell your parents.
That's fine. It doesn't it's okay to like something, or
shitty.
dislike something.
Really shitty.
We're just saying. This is probably not going to be the podcast for you. Either skip ahead, to when we talk about Daredevil, or tune out because you're not going to have fun here. You're not going to have fun with what we're saying.
Or write to your congressman. Or
okay, continue with what you're saying.
So with that bathtub scene, right?
Yeah.
So all right.
I was trying to see nipple.
I don't care how in love you are. Having sex in a bathtub that looks like that with your clothes on is the most impractical thing I have ever seen in my life.
His jeans are all soggy.
Alright, so he gets in.
Now, if he would have stripped beforehand, that would have been like, alright, yeah.
But
bathtub sex.
that's not even the problem, right? So, even Amy Adams, Lois Lane says, oh, you're gonna get water off the place. Yeah, and you know what else? You're gonna get over the fucking apartment and the people below you. So, you get in there with all your clothes, you start doing it, the water's gonna splash all over the floor, it gets all over the fucking place, and then halfway into it, you realize this is completely impractical, so then you're gonna move to the couch or the bedroom or whatever, you're gonna finish, and it's gonna be fucking disappointing, because you're still fucking soaking wet, and then afterwards, you're gonna have that fucking weird, awkward silence of you cleaning up your fucking mess, and then someone's knocking on the fucking door saying, there's water going through my fucking ceiling, and you're like, I'm really sorry, we just had this moment of passion, and then you have this whole fight in the car, and then you have a silent dinner at a Chinese restaurant. Fuck!
See, I'd love to see that. It'd be great to have that, because that actually humanized Superman and everything.
Oh my
because
God.
we hardly get any Clark Kent stuff or anything. You can't, empathize or relate to the... There's, no focus on his character at all. He's just
Morpheus.
there.
Morpheus
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Him as Perry White, he's great. Him and Alfred are the only sources of humor in it. They're the shining beacons.
I really liked Alfred. I want to see Alfred. Who's that actor who played Alfred?
Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, Jeremy Irons. I want to see him play Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond.
Oh, that'd be great.
It would be great. All you need is a little bit more.
Either that or Michael Keane or Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Or,
any of those guys are old enough to do that now.
Or Elliot, what's his name?
Spencer?
Big old,
Spencer?
big old mustache guy.
Oh, you mean the guy from Big
Elliott?
Lebowski?
Yeah.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. Yeah.
Yeah,
John Elliott.
I don't really see him as
Neither
old.
do I, but just imagine.
But that voice.
Yeah,
that
he's too
mustache.
country.
That mustache in the shape of a bat.
He'd have to wear a cowboy hat that also has the bat symbol on it the entire time.
There you go. There's probably a cowboy Batman. I'm looking at that.
I'm sure it exists.
Yeah, it has to. Go ahead, continue what you were saying.
Oh my God. So, like, all right, with for how awful this movie is, I believe even nitpicks of this film are valid
You
arguments.
see, if the movie was like enjoyable and like not boring, like that's my big thing. Like all this other stuff aside, it's boring. Like you're sitting there in a movie with Batman and Superman, waiting like, oh, just end, just end.
And also,
and
That's actually a lot cooler than I thought it'd be.
Oh,
What?
It's a figurine made by Square Enix. And
oh, cool!
actually-
It's a cowboy Batman.
oh, cool.
like a dark
Oh yeah,
blue
yeah. There's a
Batman.
ton of great Batman figures.
So this
and everything.
movie's called Batman vs Superman, and their fight scene is like not even 10 minutes long.
Okay, so let's deconstruct that whole Batman v Superman thing. In the beginning, Batman, like Bruce Wayne's going around like, and he sees like the results of the Superman Zod fight and everything. He sees all the destruction, and boom, motivation for wanting to take out Superman. That's all you need for Batman.
Yeah.
Now all you have to do is concretely, like, set up the motivation for Superman to go up against him, and the motivation for Lex Luthor to try to stoke that fight and everything, and for Lex Luthor to want to be dead. Those simple character motivation stuff that you need for a good story. Superman is such a non-entity in this film. He's just there and floating around and being sad.
I've never
and
seen
everything.
Superman so dumb.
Yeah,
So
and he's
fucking
also
dumb.
an idiot. Yeah, but
So is Batman.
yeah,
Like,
Batman's
like,
also
for
an
Batman.
They're both
Batman was-
hypocritical idiots.
In order for the fight to happen, they both have to be like such huge hypocrites and such huge idiots. And then Lex Luthor, you have no idea why he hates Superman or anything.
God.
Like it sort of implies it, but it's never like they never establish it.
I just wanted to throw a fucking Bible at his face. Every fucking pretentious thing he said in that entire movie was so unbearable.
Just so trying to be smarter and everything, and just shoving like the God stuff down his throat.
Which I'm fine. Like I'm like, if you want to compare him to Jesus and all that, yeah, you do that very subtly with undertone and shit. Not be like yeah, he's Jesus, right? Look at him, and you might as well just fucking throw Superman on a cross.
And then
Jesus.
A cross of kryptonite.
A cross
Or, you
of
know,
kryptonite.
Like a spear of destiny, but like made of kryptonite or
Oh
something.
my god. Oh my god, the spear bullshit.
okay,
Why not make a bullet? You've been using guns
we'll
the
get
whole time.
we'll get to that. But
Why a spear? Why not a batarang?
so Lex Luthor, he's trying to get Batman to fight Superman through a whole fucking convoluted mess where he gives a guy a wheelchair and it explodes, and then he sends like threatening checks with like scribbles on them and all this stuff to try to stoke him and everything. And then
Kidnaps his mother or something.
Yeah, which Superman never even notices.
And then my thing is, if he was trying to get Batman to fight Superman, why was he making Doomsday to fight Superman?
Exactly.
And if Doomsday killed Superman, what was his plan after that?
Oh my god.
Like, how were they going to handle Doomsday?
Why wouldn't he brand him? Why?
Okay.
Because they need a villain.
Let's try to go through this chronologically. Okay, so they have the opening.
It just got shit to shittier. Hey, cool, Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
shit.
it's hard to, yeah. So you have the dumb dream sequence at the beginning. Then you have the Man of Steel scene, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't understand why he's there, but you know, it's a neat sequence.
Yeah, he's just out of Gotham.
And-
Where Gotham's right next to Metropolis.
Yeah, they're like across
Yeah,
the,
they made it like different boroughs of the same city.
Yeah.
Which is weird. That's really weird.
Oh my god.
But yeah, and then after that, there's this scene in the desert where something happens that I think is reflective of the entire like movie and sort of Zack Snyder's attitude towards like this whole ordeal. Lois and this photographer guy who's never named in the film, they show up at like this in the desert in like Saudi Arabia or something at this like
It's the Middle East. The whole thing is awful.
This guy like this warlord or something, he has a compound and he has like a bunch of mercenary guys there and everything. So Lois Lane goes to interview him, and then they like the mercenary guys take the photographer guy's camera and break it apart, and they find a tracking thing. And he's like, "I'm sorry, Lois, I'm CIA. This was a thing to try to get close to him and everything." So they take like a gun out and they shoot the photographer guy in the face and everything. So when you're watching it, when you first see it, you're like, "Oh, that's Jimmy Olsen."
Yeah.
Of course that's Jimmy Olsen. And then like when they shoot him, they're just like, "Oh, I guess he wasn't Jimmy Olsen. He was just sort of a Jimmy Olsen-like character and everything." When you watch the credits, It was Jimmy
It
Olsen.
is. Yeah, they immediately kill him off.
It was Jimmy Olsen, and they immediately shoot him in the face. And I think that's reflective because they take an important character from Superman's lineup and everything, an important part of him, someone who would give humor and humanity to the story and everything, who'd probably be the comic relief and everything, and who's a fan favorite character.
Yeah.
And they shoot him in the face
They
without
immediately throw him out the fucking window.
without even naming him.
Now, for people who maybe haven't seen Man of Steel, who is Jimmy Olsen?
He's Lois Lane's photographer. He's
They're,
even in the comics and all that shit.
Superman's best friend.
I never read any Superman comics or anything like that.
Really? I'm not
I
surprised.
don't blame you.
No, because Superman's like, oh, he can do anything. He's more than a man. He'll never lose.
No.
Okay, then why read it?
The thing about that was, people have that perception because of the Superman movies and everything. That was the comics up until the 80s, and then with a reboot, they're just like, okay, he's depowered. He's not invincible. He's not anything, because the thing with Superman writing up until that point, they're just like, okay, he's in a situation, we need to figure out a way to do this, let's just give him a new power. And that kept happening since the 30s. So in the 80s, they're just like, he has a set number of powers, he's not invincible, he's the only Kryptonian, this and this and this, and we're adding humanity to him. So that's the Superman we've had in comics for about 30 years now. And then because of the goddamn Christopher Reeve Superman movies, everyone's just like, oh, Superman's shit. He's super powerful and he's got no humanity and everything.
Which are way better movies than Batman and Superman.
Well, yeah.
There's no denying that.
There's
Those are campy fun garbage, but this is just I feel like
I
someone's
like
putting
the
a
Superman
tumor
in
in
the
me.
Justice League animated series.
Yeah, that's more the comic book Superman, where he's not invincible and
Right,
everything.
he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I thought Superman was supposed to be strong.
Yeah, that's the Superman of the comics and everything.
Yeah.
So, but not the Superman.
I love that show.
Fucking, oh yeah, it's so great. I watched it after I watched Batman v Superman.
Wasn't there a comic or something where Superman flies into the sun and essentially absorbs enough power to become God or something like that? I don't know.
That was an Elseworlds thing, I think.
I don't know what that is.
It means an alternate timeline.
Oh, okay.
That's just the DC name for it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so they killed Jimmy. I'm surprised you didn't even if you didn't read comics, I'm surprised you don't know who Jimmy Olsen is.
Well, now you're fired from the podcast, and
Yeah.
now I am Zach. You're all.
But yeah,
Steal your soul.
but yeah, it's this important.
Thank you.
It's this important character who is just killed off within the first 5 minutes for I have no idea.
I guess shock value?
Shock value,
Yeah.
a joke, whatever they thought.
Alright, so they're in the Middle East, right? And this whole universe they're trying to make is the realistic Superman and realistic Batman stuff. They're in this fucking Middle East place, which is either supposed to be Saudi Arabia or some other shit. And what I always found was stupid with her is she immediately asks the guy, "Are you a terrorist?" in the dumbest fucking way. And also,
are you a terrorist?
Are you a terrorist? Oh my god, are you trying to get yourself fucking killed? And don't you think so she is in this war-torn, awful place. Don't you think Superman would just be up there floating around, being I better make sure she doesn't fucking die, or her best friend, who I probably should have known was her best friend.
You would think if
he's just
he's so fucking dumb.
So the only thing that happens in that place though is that a lone reporter is held hostage. But Superman decides, out of everything he can do in Metropolis, he goes out of his way to save this one lone reporter.
Yeah.
Figured Lex Luthor would be smart enough to go, I should probably take her as hostage.
That's the way that they got him.
I like it.
No, I liked what he was doing. Continue.
I don't know.
Finish the
sorry.
song.
No, I'm sorry.
Finish the song.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you.
You didn't mean to pull a Yaskovich.
Yeah, but that's another way they get Superman's character wrong, is because throughout the movie they just
Oh, so that's what that button does.
Yeah, it's shock and awe.
Oh.
Throughout that movie, they're just Superman only cares about Lois Lane. He doesn't care about goodness or a moral. He doesn't care. Well, yeah. He doesn't care about having a moral code, or he doesn't care about protecting humanity. He only cares about Lois Lane, this one person. And then, when they're showing him actually saving people, he's just really sad. That should be those should be exciting action scenes and everything. He saves. He saves these people, he saves these, each, it's a cut in a sad montage and everything, so they're just fast forwarding through it when they should be their own scenes of Superman, the music should be kicking in and he should be going in and smiling and be just hey, can I help you out here? And he's saves the people and
You
everything.
got these people like, it's essentially like worshipping.
Yeah. And he looks like he's just like another day at work. He's like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
he's
I
so...
I gotta go fuck Lois Lane in a bathtub. Come on, let's hurry this up.
Come on, I don't have time to take off my shoes.
Yeah.
Right.
Except when I'm wearing...
Or my clothes.
Okay.
Except when I'm Superman, I don't have shoes. What?
So after they shoot the photographer in the face, and then hold Lois Lane hostage, the mercenary guys all of a sudden like take out their guns and like shoot the African soldiers and everything, and you're like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
And then they leave, and Superman comes in and everything, and then like so the guy has like a gun to Lois's head, and Superman's there, and I'm like, okay, so he's either gonna move super fast and like grab the gun, or he's gonna use his heat vision to like make the gun really hot, so he has to drop it, and then like Superman will just sort of like grab the guy or something. He flies him through a fucking wall and out the other end. I'm like, he is dead.
There is absolutely no way you could survive that.
If you are trying to set up a realistic universe, that man is dead.
Yeah.
Superman killed a guy. Not Zod, not like a Kryptonian threatening people's lives.
Oh my God.
Just a dude.
Who did have a gun?
He did have a gun, but there's like a million ways he could have stopped the guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And what I love is like, or what I try to love is like, oh yeah, they're putting him on trial, you know, to make sure if he's like a power for good. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like that's something that would probably actually happen.
There's this movie,
but it's handled so fucking retardedly.
This movie has so many like interesting ideas like that are just not done well.
Now, to be fair, there's a supposed director's cut that adds 30
which
minutes.
is probably going to be worse.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So we're gonna watch it,
Yeah.
right?
I guess. Us.
But that's just what this movie needs to be longer and have more murder in it, because it's an R-rated cut too.
Well, and like that's another thing I like. Like, oh yeah, he brands these pedophiles so that, you know, murderers kill these like awful people. No. All right, here, let me explain.
That was I wasn't too sure about that, because that's still him being like, he knows that's gonna happen, so he's just like, these guys. If I don't kill them, that's fine. But if other people just murder them because of this thing I did, that's fine.
Well, yeah, no, it's still bullshit because of the way they handle it. But like, if they're gonna make a new Batman for us, we've got like, we don't have Christopher Nolan's Batman. We have this one. Like, I think a Batman like in his own like probably short film where he's trying to be Batman, and through that he learns that he needs to be the greater good and not kill people. But because like he does that and then just kills people throughout the film with Superman, it's just dumb. It's just hypocritical bullshit. Like if we had like Batman learning to be Batman, like if they like rewrote his origin story or they did their own thing, I think that'd be cool. But like it just doesn't work when he's just killing people alongside with Superman.
There's this comic in the latest Batman run written by Scott Snyder. It's a fantastic run.
I meant to bring that.
Yeah. Have you read it yet?
Yeah, I read all of it.
Oh, what'd you think?
I read most of it, and then I was like, whatever. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, okay.
I haven't read it.
I mean, comics don't do it for me. Just because
he needs the real thing. He needs it in his face.
It's because I'm just used to reading manga, so the comics
So
style.
you're
he's a weeb.
Yeah,
he's a kawaii weeb. But
Oh my God.
I'm sorry we make fun of you.
No, it's
but
fine. I'm used to it.
there's this jeez. But there's this storyline in the comics called 0 Year, which is basically a reworked Batman Origins.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because he deals with the Red Hood gang, and then they sort of bring in like the 1930s stuff and everything in a
Where he
clever
kills
way.
people and it's okay.
Well, no, because like the big thing is like he used guns back then, and they have him in like the classic costume with like the purple gloves, and I have a scene when like the cops are chasing him and like Jim Gordon's coming after him. He takes out what looks like a gun, but then it just shoots like you know, like a bag, like a sack type of thing, and then
Beanbag gun.
Yeah, beanbag gun
Yeah.
and everything, and like he uses that, and he uses that to take
so
out.
long to say a beanbag.
I don't know. I was looking for the right word, but he uses that, and he uses that on people. And I'm like, oh, that's clever. It's like in the old days, like when people think he like murders people like with guns. It's actually he's using like non-lethal tactics, and people
Which
just
they try to do in the
inflated
movie.
the
Like, but it was like during that retarded.
Well, except
chase
they
scene.
actually kill people.
Yeah,
Okay. So the way the movie works is
Why did he hook the car that one time and drag it behind him? He just killed a man.
So the mercenaries shoot like the guys and then leave. So that the idea is that they've been hired by Lex Luthor to frame Superman, so that he'll go on trial for that, which is so dumb because all you need to do is look at the the bullet-filled bodies to know Superman did not do that.
Yeah.
Like, if, like, they're just like, oh, these people have been killed by heat vision or whatever, then you can suspect Superman. But if it's just... He doesn't use guns.
Yeah, clearly.
He doesn't shoot people. How do you frame him for this?
Well, neither does Batman, but look what happened in this
No,
movie.
Batman does shoot people
Yeah.
in this.
He blows a man up.
So, yeah, and then Lex Luthor finds a bunch of kryptonite. And then talking about the scene where it's just like...
I was a little confused with that whole scene. Like, there was... Yeah, I get it. There were the boys finding the kryptonite or something in the ocean, but who was the old guy paying them to find the kryptonite?
Some old man who likes to live on an island with a bunch of young boys. What's your problem, Zach? It's another country. It's okay down there.
I just assumed that was just someone working for, like, LexCorp.
Because for a second I thought, oh, maybe Jesse Eisenberg isn't Lex Luthor, but it's his weird son. And that was a thing before, right? Like, Lex Luthor had a weird son? Maybe?
I don't know.
No, not really.
Maybe.
But then it was like, yeah, he's Lex. I'm like, what the fuck?
But then, hang on. So, like, they got the big kryptonite, and, like, right before this, they have that dream sequence thing. That's like a weird
Which
post-apocalyptic...
all of them are so
wait,
obviously
dream.
Okay, so the movie is filled with dream sequences
which
and
are
visions.
so obvious. Which are so unbearably obvious.
Not only are they obvious, but they're shoehorned in and, like, to random points in time. Like, there's this one where a huge bat, like, jumps out, like, through his mother's grave.
They literally have to rely on jump scares to scare you. That's how cliche and retarded this movie is.
I jumped at that, and then I was made fun of by the girl.
Right.
Rightfully so.
And she was like, why'd you jump at that? I'm like, because I didn't expect...
Because it's stupid. It's dumb.
It's stupid. Don't give me a...
And then the big dream sequence was the sort of flash forward to like an apocalypse thing where Batman like has like these freedom fighters and everything.
That was a dream inside of a dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like
so when
time travel.
At that point, we hadn't seen Batman really do anything before then. So like in that dream sequence, like he's using guns and he's killing people and everything. And what I was thinking was, oh, this must be, like, the worst possible scenario. Like, the world is so bad that even Batman is using guns and even Batman is killing people. That's how bad the world is and everything. And that's why they have to stop that future. So when they come out of that, and then Flash just shows up for some reason coming through the time.
Was that Flash? Is that
that was Flash.
Like Flash can run back in time.
The
with the Flash
oh
Force,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
So
I thought it was so dumb.
Yeah, but I felt like that could have been done right. Like, setting up for future
I was so annoyed when
if
I saw
done,
that.
If done right, like, it could be, like, it's just, like, someone be like, oh, I'm giving you this warning. Oh, shit, I came too far back. You don't understand anything I'm saying. Like, the idea alone is kind of neat. Where everything was just like, I came too far back and you're not understanding anything I'm saying.
I just wanted Doc to come out and be like, it's your Superman, Batman. Something needs to be done about your Superman. It
was handled badly, but like I thought the idea. What were you saying?
I was saying like I get like the Flash thing. That's fine. Like that would have alluded to a whole sequel or whatever. And it only took like 30 seconds, and that's fine. You can milk money out of the big corporations. But Batman shouldn't have seen into the future because only people with the Flash Force can do that, and like that's only Flash and like speed, whatever fucking.
Like what was it a vision or was it like?
It was totally a vision. He was looking into the future.
Then how did he get that vision?
Bullshit is what I'm saying.
But
he shouldn't have gotten the vision, is what I'm saying, and that was another stupid thing that fucking Zack Snyder.
Yeah, the Flash
wasn't Zack because of Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he has Zack with a K, and you have Zack with an H.
Christ.
Yeah, you're not Zack. You're Zach.
You're Zach.
You're Zach, our real Zach.
So he the Flash shows up from the future and he gives his warning. He's like, I came too soon, and then he leaves. And then
I said that.
And then Batman's just like,
oh,
Batman never brings it up again.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me re-say that.
Say it now.
Joke.
I came too soon.
All right.
You gotta have that on the ready, man.
I know, but you turned it off, asshole.
Oh well. Anyway, but so and then he just never brings it up again. He never mentions the fact that
not even to Alfred. Like, man, I had this crazy fucking dream, man.
Yeah. Where this like weird guy in a stupid costume that's not the Flash costume, he came out of my computer and it's like it was weird.
Oh my.
But then
I like how Flash was Asian, I guess.
Was he Asian? I couldn't even tell.
Well, he's not.
I mean,
I've seen the actor. His name's
he looked Asian.
Are you just being racist? Are you trying to sneak in some racism in here?
No.
Hang on. I'm trying to remember. Ezra Miller is the name
Let me see what
of
he
the
looks
guy.
like. Let me see what he looks like. Is he Asian? I bet he's Asian. Black hair Asian.
I wish there was a drum roll.
I gotta find a better picture of him and everything. But yeah.
We only need to use this when it's necessary.
He looks a little Asian.
A little Asian.
Kind of like
You see?
I mean,
I'll give you that.
All right.
he just looks like a white guy who's really tired.
Yeah, like in the movies like that I saw him in, which has only been one, which
Oh
is
my God.
The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Like he doesn't look too. He looks white.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'd fuck him, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but okay.
Oh, he was the guy in Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw that one. It was. He was also the one in. Oh my God! What was the movie? There was a kid. He was a serial killer. It had the.
Oh, we need to talk about Kevin.
That. Yes.
I need to see that. I hear that's really good.
I was dead inside, and
Oh,
it was
yeah?
amazing.
Is it like watching Seventh Continent by Michael Haneke? Go watch Seventh Continent by Michael Haneke. Then watch Benny's video or
yeah.
Funny Games. Either
No,
one.
we need to talk about Kevin. Was like at first I couldn't follow it. I'm like, when is it? Whose story am I following right now? And then as it kept going on, I'm like, it's Memento.
Oh.
I'm following it now. Oh my.
Did you throw up?
We can't help but talk about better movies.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so in that dream sequence, I was just like, oh, this is the worst possible scenario. Batman's killing people and everything. That's the future we have to prevent. And then in the next scene, when he's going after the kryptonite, there's this Batmobile chase scene where they're transporting the huge chunk of kryptonite.
Yeah.
He's going after it. He's blowing people up.
Yeah.
He is exploding cars with people in them. Not like supervillains or anything. Like, just normal goons who he doesn't know.
With lackluster CGI, by the way.
Yeah, and he's just causing a lot of collateral damage that he's, like, angry at Superman for doing.
Oh my
He
God.
takes, like, Zach mentioned it earlier, he, like, attaches the cable to... He grapple hooks a car with people in it, drags it along, and then flips it onto another car with people in it and kills all those people.
If they're not dead, then they're paralyzed for the rest of their lives.
All right.
Let me just read to you something that some pretty fucking stupid guy at my college has said over Facebook. But
Again, if you like Batman v Superman, there's nothing wrong with that.
You need to talk to your
You wear
doctor.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but you really gotta get your life together. So I finally saw Batman vs Superman, and I absolutely loved it.
Oh.
Did it have a weird flow? Yeah. Could some changes be made? Yeah. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was pretty great.
Is this the guy who wears a fedora?
Yeah. This is the guy
Oh,
who
so
wears-
that's what's wrong with him.
It's a bad movie. I'm sorry. Like, even if you liked it, it's not a good movie.
You have to really, 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 really be like a diehard fan to try and enjoy this film.
And then even then, like,
Or not see any film ever and then finally see this and be like, wow, that was cool.
Pictures can move.
Yeah, what? They're
oh,
talking.
This is neat. Well, so I guess all movies are joyless and sad. I guess protagonists have to be murderers.
Yeah, oh my god.
And then you see Deadpool, and you're like, oh, well, all right. At least he's a murderer, but a good way.
Oh my god.
But okay,
Excellent, I give it to you.
even
What?
but the worst part is the Batmobile chase scene. It's a pointless scene because he doesn't get the kryptonite, and then later on, off screen, he gets the kryptonite.
Yeah.
So there was really no point to that scene. So that scene ends when he hits Superman. Superman's there because of, I don't know, the damage or anything, but he's like so he hits Superman, just sort of bounces off him, and then like his super tough tank car explodes.
Yeah.
And then like Superman like rips him up, and then like Batman stands up and he's just like, don't go to your signal. The bat is dead. This is mercy. I'm like, that's a very un-Superman thing.
Yeah.
Superman would be like, hey, can you please stop killing people?
Look, bro.
I'm not giving you a warning. I'm gonna have to take you to jail right now because you killed all those people.
Yeah.
That's what Superman would say.
But instead, he just goes,
Consider this mercy, and then he flies off.
Do you bleed? You will.
And then the scene ends.
He
He
says
says the thing from the trailer.
No, because he goes, do you bleed? And then Superman just like looks at him and goes, what? And then he flies away. And then like as if he's a 6-year-old wanting to finish his insult, even though the adult walked away, he goes, you will.
I swear I'll do it.
I'll bleed you.
I'm gonna tell Alfred on you.
So, Oh yeah, and then the movie is like jumping around so much, and it feels like an entire
This is where I started to fall asleep.
the structure of the movie like really falls apart,
this is where I try to turn off my brain. Like when I watch other bad superhero movies, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna turn off my brain, and maybe it'll just be a funny, fun movie. But it wasn't. It was like I was.
It was trying to take itself
stroke.
so seriously, and I don't mind like movies like trying to take themselves seriously. Like The Dark Knight is like my favorite film of all time.
But it's just so pretentious. This one is
so bad, and it feels like they cut out an entire second act. So I'm even trying to remember what happens in it. They cut out an entire act, and it's still too fucking long.
Yeah.
And so he goes on trial for being framed for the crime and everything, and then there's this subplot where like this guy lost his legs like during Man of Steel, and then Lex is just like, I'm gonna give you a wheelchair, but keep a secret about it. And then so he goes there, and he's like the
ding ding.
He's like the witness.
Sorry,
He's like the witness and everything.
Yeah.
And there's this senator, and like Lex had a scene with her beforehand. And then there's some weird.
Where they fuck. If you haven't seen it, they fuck hardcore. And it's hot as shit.
There's this weird thing, like some old like adage that they talk about. They're calling a jar of piss grandma's peach tea and everything.
Yeah.
Some kind of point they're trying to make. So the scene at Washington happens. They're at the Capitol building.
That was
Superman.
so stupid.
Yeah.
And okay, so Superman walks in. He's ready to go on trial and everything, and everyone's watching. And like Batman is watching.
They are in the Capitol building. There should be security guards everywhere.
There
no
should
one
be just mason jars.
Yeah,
of
no one was
piss.
like,
Okay,
hey,
yeah.
don't put that up here. No, I'm Lex Luthor. It's okay. She wants this. Is that
Okay.
a jar of piss? No, I swear.
It's
So-
grandma's sweet peach tea. Smells like piss.
So when
Tastes like piss.
So in a movie that like, okay, so Batman's watching and everyone's watching on TV. In a movie where it just feels so eclectic with the editing and everything's like going at like a mile a minute, the moment they decide to slow it down immensely is when Superman's standing there and she's like talking. She's doing this big speech about truth and everything, and then she looks over and the camera is like focused on this jar where you can sort of see what like is written on it, but you can't. And for like a minute, and then it focuses on her for a minute, and everyone in the room they're the audience to the movie. Like Superman's like, what's happening?
Yeah.
It's just like they
It's so
extended
obvious
this.
it's a jar of piss, but it just hangs on that shot for way too fucking
They
long.
extended this moment so long
Oh my
because
God.
they think it's tension, but
It's
it's
not.
not.
It's a
and
jar of piss.
she just turns it around and says Granny's peach tea. It's clearly a jar of Lex Luthor's piss.
I want someone to
And-
go back in there, edit it
and
in After
then-
Effects, and write Batman vs Superman over that label right when she turns it.
Yeah. And then she just has this moment. She's like, I know. I'm like, what do you know? And then it cuts to the wheelchair guy, and he just
He
explodes.
just explodes.
And explodes in the largest explosion I've ever seen. Where
I don't
the
even think like if that wheelchair was made of C4, it wouldn't have
No.
exploded that.
where
it wouldn't have burned the entire innards of that
the
building.
entire Capitol building goes up in flame, and everyone inside it dies from
Except-
this
yeah.
one wheelchair bomb.
I mean,
and
everybody in that room would have been dead, sure, but not every person.
Yeah.
And Superman, when like you get Superman's reaction, it's just like, what? It's
Yeah.
not that. He's just sort of standing there looking sad. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're a person. Like, you have a reaction to.
Breath. You could have probably nullified most of that.
Yeah. And also, it's
You
like,
see-
and then they try to explain, like, oh, he's like, why didn't you say this video? It's like, I didn't notice it. Oh my god, you didn't
No,
think to survey the
No,
room?
no, I understand that. It's just like, okay, this is another thing of an idea that could have worked
Yeah.
if done differently, where it's just like, because like if Superman walks in, like he like maybe he didn't like expect that and everything, and like he was like focused on other stuff. And if they tried to do it, it'd be
I thought he
interesting.
couldn't see through lead.
Yeah,
made out
well,
of
like people
I
don't
thought-
know.
I thought-
Well, yeah, that is true. You can't see through lead,
Yeah,
but
like that's how like when Batman throws a smoke bomb.
yeah,
down,
it's
you
like a
can't see-
lead-based smoke and
Yeah,
everything.
there you go. So
But,
that was forgivable for me because it's like no
Although
problem.
you like you can't hear Batman clanking his armor and everything.
Yeah, it was-
But okay, so like they like it would have been like good if if Superman's just like, oh, I should have, like if he was really beating himself up and everything. He's just like, oh man, I should have noticed it. I should have done better. And they sort of do that, but then he's like, well, Superman's dead. I can't be Superman anymore. I'm like, what? You messed up. Like, you know, it's understandable for you to be upset about that and everything. Beat yourself up, but what? And then he leaves, and then he sees a vision of his father on the mountain stacking rocks.
All right, so was that a
what was
vision,
that?
or was he actually out there? Because I don't think.
No, he's dead. So that was a vision.
No. But like he goes to this ice, like, I don't know, Antarctica or wherever.
He's just some random mountain thing.
Yeah, but like he's wearing like regular people clothes when he's fucking Superman, and there's no one around to see him. Why isn't he just like flying? Like, why the fuck does he walk?
Like that, stuff like that. Like I don't mind because like
no, I do, because it's just so dumb. Because in the other one, in Man of Steel, when he goes to Antarctica, he's in his suit and he flies there, and it's like this moment, and it's beautiful and it's great, and it makes sense for him to fly there. But when he's just walking, it just feels like it's a time count.
Like I mean, before that, like he like walked there and he was just in his normal clothes, and then he got the suit after being in Antarctica.
Well, that's because like he doesn't want to be Superman. That he's like doing. He's like, I'm just trying to be as normal as possible. But like now, there's like no point to do that.
Right, like
he's Superman. It's already established.
You watched Man of Steel a few days ago, and I watched it before I went to see Batman v Superman, and I actually liked that movie.
I still like.
Although
I mean, watching Man of Steel again made me realize I love Man of Steel way more than like
yeah.
Batman and Superman.
So a lot of people have been saying that, like they're just like yeah, Batman v Superman is shit, but I liked it more than Man of Steel. I'm like, what? Like, I think the reason people say that is because they didn't like Man of Steel, and then they see Batman v Superman. They're just like, it has some stuff in it that they like, mainly the Batman stuff, and they're just like, okay, this is probably better than Man of Steel. But if you watch the two movies, Man of Steel is so much better than Batman v Superman.
It still has its problems. But
it has its
absolutely
flaws.
way better. And also, I'd like to state this: Wonder Woman is absolutely, completely unnecessary. This entire film.
In. I mean, like, she is like the only awesome part of it when she like shows up and everything. But even then, like,
Diana was boring, but Wonder Woman was cool.
Like, it's just so like shoehorned and everything. So, and then like Superman flies off and he has a moment, and Batman steals the kryptonite off screen. I don't remember anything else that happened. So I think next is like the actual Superman Batman fight and everything, which is it comes out of nowhere. Like I said, it feels like like the whole second act was cut out.
Yeah.
And everything. It doesn't feel like it was building.
Just from talking about this shitty movie.
Yeah, it was so boring. So, for a movie called Batman v Superman, the fight is only like 10 minutes long, even that. And it's so, like, it's so schlocky and it's so dumb that it...
Schlocky?
Yeah, schlock.
Look, it's trying to be Jewish.
It's a term... It's a term I've picked up by watching a lot of red letter media.
You always reference them.
Yeah, because they're fantastic.
I don't think I've seen one video by them.
You should watch a Best of the Worst. That's where the schlock term, because they watch shitty old VHS movies from the 80s and everything, and it's great.
Well, I'd do that if I was autistic. Thank you. Anyways, continue. No,
I don't know why I do this
last
show.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I know. So the reason why they stopped fighting is get this drum roll.
Let's go through the fight first. Let's build up to that.
Why? There's no build up in the movie.
Okay, so Lex off screen with not even like a little scene of him doing like some figuring out. He finds out that not only is Clark Kent Superman, but Bruce Wayne is Batman. He finds all that stuff out off screen and everything. So he captures Lois Lane, but also like Superman's mom and everything. So he throws Lois off a building, and Superman like catches her and like puts her down, and then he like comes back, and he's just like, a Superman thing would be is just like, you know, like he can be angry at him, but he wouldn't say something like, I'd break you, and then I'm gonna do you a kindness and take you to jail in one piece, which is like something along the lines of what he says. I'm like, this is a very un-Superman Superman.
And then we go into fucking Lex Luthor's Heath Ledger impression.
And then he's just like, hey, I got your mom, and here's some Polaroids that will make the audience very uncomfortable to see. And I'm like, oh, that's actress Sally Field. Oh, she's very respected. And I don't like these photos.
No. And then, like, after Batman and Superman are done fighting.
Oh, okay.
Then they're like, oh, let's save the mother now.
Okay, so it's like,
like,
you know they were going to be friends eventually, but like Superman is just like he's just like, I gotta go fight Batman or else my mom will die. And then like Lex isn't like, he doesn't have like satellites or helicopters watching them or anything. He has like an egg timer and everything to like, judging by like the amount of time. He's like, hey, kill Batman, bring me his head in this amount of time. So he goes there, and granted, he tries to like excuse me. He tries to talk at first and be like, "Hey, I don't want to fight" and everything, and then they just throw in all the shit from the Dark Knight Returns, even though that doesn't really match this Superman and everything.
Just watch Dark Knight Returns. It's a way better film, both part 1 and 2.
Yeah, and it like despite. It treats Batman and Superman a lot better.
Always just has the way with words.
Yeah. And he's in the pocket of Ronald Reagan, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, that's because Frank Miller hates Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even he treats Superman better than Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
But so they show up and they fight for a bit, and like he has the kryptonite gas, and it like weakens him and everything. He just starts beating the shit out of him.
Well,
and then
it should have been a gas-rang or bat gas-rang or whatever, but it was just like a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
I only say that because Batman would totally use either a kryptonite trimmed.
Yeah. Also, why doesn't he use his spear immediately?
He leaves it far away just so he can beat the shit out of Superman beforehand. But so he launches the gas grenade and he beats Superman up a bit, and then it wears off. And one of the few moments that I liked in it was he's punching Superman, and as it's wearing off, Superman's resisting him more and more, and then it gets to a point where you just hear the metal clank and everything. Yeah. And that was a moment that I liked. But then immediately after that, he throws Batman aside, and Batman is loading another thing into the grenade launcher. I'm like, you know what that is. Yeah. Go stop him. Yeah. Why are you waiting? Batman would have put a bit of the thing in his gauntlet, so if it wore off, he could just think and then it would release the gas and everything.
Just shoot a little pin into him.
But what's cool? It's the Joker's, or not the Joker's. It's the Scarecrow's fear toxin. That's what. That's what he says. Go back and watch. He's like, you feel that? That's fear toxin, and it's oh, it's the Scarecrow's.
No,
but it doesn't work on him.
I didn't think it was fear toxin.
No, he literally says that in the movie. I'm not making it up because I thought it was cool.
I remember the line, and I don't think he's talking about the toxin. He's just do you feel that? That's fear and everything. I don't think he's talking about the toxin. I think he's just talking about, he's yeah, you're human now. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I don't think
then that's just fucking stupid.
But I remember in one comic, he mixes kryptonite with the Scarecrow's
that's what I thought that he was trying to do.
So then it does affect him because it's mixed with kryptonite.
But then he doesn't seem scary Batman, so it's just stupid.
That that probably did happen in the comics. I'm just saying that I don't think that's what he meant when he said.
No, this is what I'm gonna say. I think that's what he meant to say and what he was supposed to do, but it doesn't work because he doesn't see anything scary or whatever. So it's just fucking stupid.
All right. Okay, and then at the end of the fight, the way the fight ends is the most ridiculous thing. So Batman has Superman pinned down. He has the spear. He is about to murder Superman by stabbing him in the heart.
Come on, hurry up! My head hurts.
Do you see that?
Okay.
Okay. See the way.
I'm really into progressive rock. I'm really
sorry. Yeah. You all right? But then Superman's like, Martha, and then he's just like, why'd you say that name? And then Lois Lane shows up for really no reason, and then it's just
out of nowhere.
It's his mother's name, and then. And he has a flashback to the beginning of the movie when they show his parents dying, and it's the worst.
It's awful.
And
they stop fighting because they have the same name mom.
Yeah, their moms are both named Martha.
Your name's Martha.
And that's another example of just poor filmmaking where it seems like a whole scene is skipped because immediately a 180. It's not a gradual thing. It's okay, I'll start to trust you. It's immediately they're acting like the Superman and Batman from the comics where they're friends, and they're okay, I'll go say.
We have the same name, Mom. You can't be all.
It's cool.
It's
just
you're Pokemon.
Where Batman's just okay, what's the situation? He's Lex has my mom, and then he's doing something to the ship. He's okay, I'll get your mom, and you go to the ship and stop him and everything. So they immediately just start acting differently. Yeah, and it's just so bad. But one of the neat scenes comes at the end when Batman is saving his mom. It was in the trailers. It's when he's clearing the room of guys. Although he murders people.
Yeah, he murders all of them.
Yeah, he murders quite a few of them. Yeah. Most of those hits, if in the movie you didn't have Batman murder people, like I'd be more like, yeah, that's like a nice, like that's like a brutal Batman thing, but like he's not dead. He's just like
torches them.
But it's like,
and then the mom's like, "You're probably my son's friend." And you're like,
it's like, ha 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 ha.
Okay, not only does he throw like a guy throws a grenade at him and he throws it back into a room of people. Batman knows it's just a grenade, the kind that kills people, and he throws it back.
And then the guy just grabs it and fucking explodes.
And like a guy like they blow people up outside, and then like they stab. Like, he stabs, like, a guy stabs Batman, and so Batman, like, pins him to a wall with a knife. I'm like, you see, in a movie where Batman did not kill people, and he was, like, doing these really tough hits, I'm like, oh, that's just a brutal Batman thing, but he's not killing them, he doesn't kill people. But when I watch this with a killer Batman, I'm like, a lot of those people are dead, probably.
Or completely paralyzed.
Okay, so, and then, he, like, something I did like is the knives and, like, the gunshots go, like, completely off of his cowl. I like that that's, like, reinforced and everything. But he breaks the wall, grabs the guy's gun, and they have a flamethrower guy on Martha Kent, and there's just like,
which wouldn't even kill her immediately.
Yeah, it's just like, I'll do it, I'll kill her, and he's just like, I know you will, and he shoots the flamethrower thing, covers Martha, and the guy explodes. You cannot make an excuse because Batman uses a gun to murder somebody.
Yeah, it's
like there's
he
no
didn't shoot him, he just shot the gas can.
Yeah, which.
There's no excuse like, if he was killing people with the Batmobile, it's indirect, and he's not, like, doing it. He's like, no, he used a gun, he pulled the trigger, and killed someone. That happened in the movie. And then there was a moment in the theater when, like, after that happened, and, like, he's just like, I'm a friend of your son's, and then Martha's
She's like, I thought so.
And then people in our audience laughed. There were some people, like, sitting right behind us, like, who were really into the movie, and they laughed at that moment. And at that point, it was almost at the end of the movie, and I was kind of losing a bit of control. And I was like, ha, yeah, Batman's a murderer. It's great, it's great, guys.
Yeah.
It's great, guys. Batman's a murderer. That's fantastic. I've said that very loudly in the theater.
Yeah. Dude, there were even like that. There were some sad scenes that were going on, and like did you see me? I was just I was just leaning over my seat, just laughing, just stomping on the floor, going, "Oh my god, I can't take any more of this."
Okay, so
oh my god.
All right, so beyond that, this
will be your doomsday.
Yeah, there's the Doomsday fight, and they just... Doomsday is the only character ever to beat Superman not through any trickery or kryptonite, but just by punching him hard enough to kill him. So he's like an awesome character and everything, but they just shove him into, like, at the end of this movie, just so they can have a monster to fight. Man. It's only there to have a monster to have Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman fight.
But get this right. All right. So I told you this. I didn't tell Zach this. The only reason why I feel like Wonder Woman is in this film is like, all right, Doomsday is on Earth and Superman's in space and he's all floating. He's almost dead and he's about to kill Batman. How does Batman survive? I don't know. Fucking what do we got? Wonder Woman. Yeah, people love that shit. It's just a comic book movie. The kids will love it.
Like I'd say that, but it's more shoehorning. He's like, well, her movie's coming next, so we gotta put her in this.
Just fucking do it. Whatever. We got the money. And then Zack Snyder smoking a cigarette. He's like, yeah, it's about the fucking money.
But and then Kathleen Kennedy's in the back. He's like, about the fucking money.
That's a salacious cough.
That's a side joke. From
we'll explain that later.
We'll explain that on another time.
I'm also lost.
But
I'll tell you.
Yeah, we'll tell you later. But it's funny, like, right before that fight happens, Batman emails her. Like, literally just emails her. It's just
on his, like, bat phone.
Because, so the thing that Wonder Woman is doing throughout this movie is she's trying to get back a photo that Lex has, and is like, I want this photo of mine.
Which is the worst. It is the worst. It's like this, like, 1930s or, like,
the Watchmen kind of thing.
No. What I hate about it is, like, alright, there's all these guys behind her that look like they belong in the picture, but then she looks like she's just fucking photoshopped in with her suit that she's wearing.
Well,
which doesn't fit at all with what everybody's wearing and how it looks.
The thing is, like, the Wonder Woman movie, like, that's coming out next year, that's taking place during World War I. It's sort of when she first comes into the world and everything. So that is, like, the cast of that movie.
No, that's not my problem. It's that what she's wearing and how it looks awful. It literally looks like it's photoshopped in. Like, she's not even supposed to be in that picture.
Right. And I'm just like, when I saw that, I'm like, Chris Pine, an actor that I like.
Yeah.
I see you.
Get out of there, Chris Pine! It's a trap!
It's a trap! Wonder Woman will
Don't take that money!
Wonder Woman's not being directed by Zack Snyder. It's probably going to be better.
Oh, God. Oh, and then we're getting the Aquaman movie, because that'll be great.
I like the Aquaman. I like
I'm actually looking forward to that because
there's not a single fuck I can find to give about Aquaman.
What do you mean?
Aquaman.
What's the actor's name?
Jason Momoa. He was in Game of Thrones.
Well, I know what he was in. I just didn't know his name. But yeah,
But,
Jason Momoa.
But I think he's a great pick, and Aquaman's actually a great character in the comics and everything. And
But they'll ruin it.
they're just saying they're saying it's funny because like you can see the response to this movie. They're reshooting a lot of Suicide Squad to make it funnier and everything because they said the trailers made it look funnier than the movie actually was.
Oh,
so now they're reshooting stuff to make more character interactions and everything.
So it will either be awful or maybe.
And then like the director of Aquaman coming up, Justin Lin, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna make a fun Aquaman movie because he can't do serious with this kind of thing.
Okay.
So
All right, I kind of like fun Aquaman because fun Aquaman's like, yeah, I like dolphins.
yeah, but like I want
Aquaman.
I want a fun Aquaman movie where it's the character from the comics and not the fucking Super Friends like version that everyone associates with him and everything.
What do you mean?
Okay, so if you think of Aquaman, like just you thinking of Aquaman, all that comes from Super Friends. Everything you think of
what
Aquaman.
I'm thinking when I think of Aquaman.
What do you think of when you think of Aquaman?
I think of the King of Atlantis, and he's just like, imagine Arrow, the good Justice League Arrow who has a charismatic attitude. That, but underwater with Superman's strength.
Okay, so you're actually right.
I was gonna say King of Atlantis talks to animals. I think he can surf. I feel like he can surf. He looks like a guy who can surf.
Yeah, he's got a hook hand.
Maybe he's got the hook hand.
Yeah.
So why does he have a hook hand, and then why does he not have a hook hand?
There was a.
I mean, I get the before and after, but I see him where it's like he has the hook hand first, and then he doesn't.
Well, that was like storyline where he lost his hand and then reboot.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So anyway, back to the Doomsday fight, which is like. A testament to the movie is I saw Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman on screen in a movie together at the same time. I'm like, I feel nothing. I should be cheering. I should be so happy. I feel nothing.
It's just
to it.
The worst.
So
and all right, let me say this because I want to say it. The way, all right, so Wonder Woman's underwater in a pond for whatever reason, and like something falls over, and then like Superman.
Oh, that's Lois Lane.
Oh yeah, it's Lois Lane. My bad. So he lifts the thing. He gets her out of there. He goes to get Batman's kryptonite spear, but he's like so weak he can't pick it up. And then like when Lois Lane pulls him out, he's just like, "I've always loved you," and she's like, "No!" And then he flies into fucking the Doomsday. And get this, why is he able to do that? Because of the power of love. The power of love saved him. Is power of love.
Don't need money.
Don't need money. Here with Lois and the news.
Something I noticed. Wonder Woman cut off Doomsday's hand with her sword. I'm like, why do you even need the kryptonite spear?
Yeah.
Clearly, like, Superman...
The sword was fine.
Superman, if you just help beat him down a lot and everything, Wonder Woman with her sword can probably kill Doomsday.
Or
just
give the
cut off
fucking
its head.
spear to Batman or Wonder Woman to kill Doomsday. You don't have to do it. But then it goes into the fucking like, oh, he's dead. And don't even fucking bother. Don't even try and tell me Superman's
People were
dead.
crying in the movie theater.
I was like, for one, I know he's gonna be in the Justice League movie, so this whole point of you trying to fucking kill him off isn't gonna work. So during his entire fucking funeral, I'm like, he's not dead, he's not dead, he's not dead, he's not dead. And then at the end, the little bits of dirt go up, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Ha!
So that's like,
You got me,
that is the reaction. Like that is the reaction of, hey,
where is he?
Josh. Mess around with stuff in the apartment.
Got a gun.
But
that's a gun.
That's very much the like that's like that like represents the reaction of like the average person who'd be watching. He's like, I know he's gonna be in the sequels. This is so dumb. For me, as like the dork and everything.
Fuck you.
No. I'm not saying this as like a superior thing. I'm saying this as I'm saying this as like the other way of looking at it, where I'm like, I know the Death of Superman storyline from the comics that they're doing, that they took Doomsday from, that they're doing this from and everything. You can't do that in a movie like this. You can't do that in a movie that doesn't focus on Superman. You can't do that, like, because that story sucks. It does not hold up at all. But the idea behind it of like someone like universally loved as Superman dies and everything, and it sends like an effect through the entire world and all of that. That's a great idea, and that could have been great for a solo Superman movie and everything, where you end on that and don't have the dirt rise up and just end on like Superman dead and don't like hit.
But
don't,
that's its own
if you
independent
don't,
thing.
yeah,
This is a thing where we know he's gonna be in the other movies.
You barely look at the movie barely focuses on Superman at all, and you're in a world where half of the people in this world hate Superman. They're just like all he is to them is this guy who blew up Metropolis and then like was there when the Capitol building blew up. Yeah. And then when they hear he's dead, they're just like, okay, cool, yeah, he's dead, good. They're not like, he's not this universally loved like figure in the world. So
they literally do the funeral for Spock in the end of Wrath of Khan. They give him the whole bagpipes and everything.
You can't.
Oh my god.
You have to earn the death of Superman. You can't just shove it in there. And the worst part is now no future filmmaker can ever do the death of Superman storyline properly, because it'll just get compared to this and be like, well, we know he's not dead because Zack Snyder put in Death of Superman and then he came back for Justice League. And you can't. So now, he's taken it away from like other people, and it's just like seeing that, I'm like, you're doing Death of Superman.
Also, we talked about this. There are two separate funerals that are happening. There's one that's going in D.C., which is literally larger than the fucking funeral for John F. Kennedy. Did anyone even think to ask who is Superman in this casket? I want to see dead Superman.
Yeah,
that's not Superman. That's just a bunch of garbage.
What did they put in the casket at Washington? Because no one knows, he's,
It's a note that says, lol, I'm alive, haha, JK, Wafflecopter.
Because he's obviously going to be in the casket on the Kent farm and everything. Also, why is Bruce Wayne at Clark Kent's funeral?
Did anyone ask, why is this fucking rich billionaire here? And who is this other bitch?
Oh, another thing that was pointed out to me, that when I thought about it, I'm like, oh, this is so dumb. When, Perry White, takes, the newspaper, and he's like, Superman dead, and he opens up, and he's like, we lost one of our own, Clark Kent. I'm like, so Clark Kent is dead, they acknowledge that he's dead within this world and everything. So when Superman inevitably comes back, is he just not going to be Clark Kent anymore? Because now everyone's...
Is Clark Kent going to show up to work and be like, oh, I'm just trying to get my stuff, I secretly quit and didn't tell anybody.
But we heard you were dead. Typo. It was a typo.
And then
Doomsday's bone didn't go through me. I mean,
You see, I can buy, and it's just like, okay, you can say that Superman died and then Clark Kent was killed in the collateral damage and everything, but if both Clark Kent and Superman come back at the same time, you're like, wait a minute, what?
Is it just gonna be Clark Kent with a wig and now his name's Jake?
Jake?
Jake Dean.
They're gonna do the thing from the Daredevil comics when people were figuring out that Matt Murdock was Daredevil. He pretended that Matt Murdock died, and he's like, now I'm Mike Murdock, his twin brother. He's like, hey guys, how's it going? I'm Mike Murdock. I'm not Daredevil.
Are you
that
kidding
is
me?
literally something that happened in the comics.
That's hilarious.
Back in the 60s, I think.
Oh, the 60s. Acid was crazy.
Yeah, but that was they literally do that, and he's just like, hey, I'm Kurt Kent. I'm his twin brother
from not Kansas, the other state.
See, Clark was a nerd, but I'm the cool party guy.
He's got a fucking leather jacket and glasses.
That's literally what happened in the Daredevil comics. It's great.
So dumb.
I think this was but decades later when they reference it, he just has a sign on him he's wearing a shirt that says I'm not Daredevil. Because there got to a point when everyone the Kingpin revealed his secret identity to the whole world, so he's just like, okay, I'll accept this. I'm Daredevil. Hey, everyone, I'm Daredevil.
He's like Shia LaBeouf.
I'm not.
But you can't but the point I'm making is you can't just throw in Death of Superman for a cheap, sad ending and everything.
They're trying to get all these great bits from separate independent comics and mash them together, and it doesn't work.
They don't have an understanding of why people like these stories and these characters. They're just copying and pasting from all these. They take a bit from The Dark Knight Returns. They take a bit from Death of Superman. They take a bit from.
It's literally a bad Photoshop.
All that. It's just, and they throw all this shit together, and you can tell because it's just a mess of a movie. And my biggest thing is not only did they get the characters wrong, but it's a bad movie. It's just made badly. It's badly shot. It's badly edited. and they just use Superman. They just like they take Superman, they use him as a tool just to like as a stepping stone to get Justice League off the ground and show off their new Batman and everything, and then they just toss him aside like a bunch of garbage.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Like the film is a bunch of garbage.
If they were smart, like I know you'll have some like disagreements with this, but if they were smart like Marvel, they would have gone Man of Steel and then a sequel to Man of Steel, then a solo Batman movie, then a solo Wonder Woman movie, and then brought them together like they did with the Avengers. And it would have been like we've established these characters and now we can focus on making a good movie.
I can only say this, I've never seen a Marvel movie that bad.
I think that's good enough as a closing statement.
All right. Do you guys want to save Daredevil for another episode?
We're gonna have to.
How far are we into this?
We're over an hour.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, look, Batman vs Superman is so shitty. It takes 3 people this long to explain how
I
shitty
was
it is.
so disappointed. I was looking.
Yeah.
I liked.
We
were in Zack Snyder's corner. We're just like, please, please.
I was like rubbing his shoulders, like, you got this, boy, you got these.
Everyone,
like, I'm gonna do it. He steps up to the fight and is immediately knocked out.
See, in the months coming up, all I would see online is people being like,
purple.
This is for you, King Ghidorah. That's a Game Grumps reference.
I did it.
Yeah.
Adrian! It's like, the fight's not over yet. Adrian!
No, he's actually just like, Christopher Nolan, help!
Christopher!
I literally...
It's like, I love you!
So, Zack Snyder... Alright.
Okay, but like, in the months leading up to this movie, all I ever saw was people shitting on Zack Snyder, shitting on Man of Steel, saying how the movie's gonna be bad. I'm like, please, just, you're the underdog, just show them that they're wrong. Just let it be great. Let it be great. Yeah. And it was worse than I could have imagined. What were you gonna say?
So, alright. If I ever met Zack Snyder, I'd be fucking kissing his ass and telling him how much I loved Watchmen and 300 and all this stuff. Would be nice to him. But if I was in a conversation with him, I would be like, look, I genuinely didn't enjoy Dawn of Justice. But since we don't know him and probably will never meet him, Zack Snyder, I'm going to murder you. I'm going to cut off your dick, tattoo Batman vs Superman on it, and shove it down your fucking throat. Not only can you not write a script, nor can you read, and that just makes me worried. You need to go see a doctor. You're probably illiterate.
It's interesting.
I would rather watch all of Rick Gregory's films on YouTube.
Oh, that's one thing I would like to bring up real quick. There needs to be an annex on Rick Gregory comments until the documentary's done. Because I know you don't give a fuck about him, but he is a friend of ours.
Yeah, he is a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I remember that one comment we made, like, on a certain episode, that it was past when you had left. I was just like, on retrospect, I was like, I don't like that we included that and everything.
That's fine. He doesn't listen to it.
But, like, even then, like, even if he didn't listen...
Like, I know you don't care.
He's like my grandma with dementia. You can say whatever you want. He's not going to remember or know what he's meant.
No, it's just like, we still care about
Also, we have a whole documentary about
it. Can I say one last thing, though, before it's... Last thing about...
Sure.
So on Facebook, my friends told me, yeah, I saw Rick Gregory made a post on March 31st that said, "That's it, I'm done. I can't make videos anymore."
That was his April Fool's thing.
Yep.
On the day before, a day before.
I heard about that because as she was telling me the story, she's like, "Yeah, I can't do it. I'm done making videos. This isn't for me anymore." And then she paused. I was like, "Finally, he must have gotten. This is a huge breakthrough for him." He's like, "Yeah," and then he said, "Early April Fools," and I went.
Oh.
That's our Rick!
And then there's a gunshot sound.
But
that'll be more explained when the documentary
Do you know what
out
the cruelest April Fool's joke that I saw?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah. This is relevant. There was, like, this article saying, okay, due to the reception of Batman v Superman, DC has announced that Zack Snyder is out for Justice League, and they've brought on George Miller, director of Mad Max Fury Road, to make Justice League. Because he was originally going to make a movie, like back when Batman Begins and Superman Returns was coming out, he was making his own Justice League movie that like got canceled, and he's the producer. There's a grain of truth because he is a producer on Justice League coming up and everything.
But it was just like Fool's joke.
Yeah, but it's just like the him taking over as director thing is a joke.
Great.
I'm like, oh, that would have been so good. like they were just saying, yeah, the filming's been delayed a few months, so you can take a pass of the script and take some of the pre-production stuff because it's gonna be filming in like a week or so,
geez.
like a few, like very close. I know.
Wow, great.
All right.
Can't wait for fucking Justice League. The search for Spock. I mean, search for Superman. I mean, go buy me a gun.
But I will admit, like
Sorry,
despite
Zach. I'm sorry, Zach.
despite how terrible Batman v Superman is, I'm still kind of curious to see where this like DC movie universe goes.
I will.
Now that
I know I'll just torrent them
Yeah.
now.
I
Please send me the torrent links when you get them.
I don't torrent. What awful human being
I
goes
wasn't
to
talking
ISO
to you.
hunt?
I was talking to Jefferson. You know, the silent man who torrents things.
I'll tell you this. I am never paying for a superhero movie
that
ever
corner
again.
is empty.
What do you? Jefferson?
I think we need to call someone about Zach.
Call the Ghostbusters.
But,
when we do this.
The thing is,
He was here before Florida.
there's going to be now that we're gonna start seeing.
Take your pills, Zach. Take your pills.
We're gonna start seeing
That's a gun.
movies about movies in this DC universe not directed by Zack Snyder and not written by David Goyer. So I gotta see if like there's gotta be at least one good one.
Hopefully.
And I don't really have a lot of hope for Suicide Squad, so I'm hoping that the first good one's gonna be Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Well, here's the hoping,
Wait,
guys.
is Cyborg not getting his own movie?
No, he is. It's just like
I
not
prefer
for
to see the Cyborg
not for a
movie.
few years.
I want to see a Teen Titans movie.
I wanted them just to bring back the show.
Yeah, me too.
Not the
No,
fucking
they have. Teen Titans
that's
Go.
right.
No.
You know, did I ever tell you what I wanted to happen at the end, like the last episode of that show?
Teen
What?
Titans Go?
Yeah, I want Robin to like wake up in like the animation style, the exact same one as the previous show, and be like, "Oh my god, I just had the craziest fever dream of my entire
They
life."
do stuff like that in Teen Titans Go. They're like, I remember back when I was with the old Teen Titans, and then it cuts back to the old animation style, and then they do a stupid, like, 30-second joke, and then the entire tower explodes, and then they cut back, and you're like,
That
See,
makes me
the thing
sad.
they have that they have an excuse to be like their excuse for being shitty is that we're aiming it more at kids and it's jokey
But I was
and
a kid and loved that.
and
shit.
we're acknowledging that people hate this show and we don't care. We'll make episodes that like make fun of it because I remember someone online doing like a review of the show of a certain episode called The Return of Slade and everything, and it built up this whole thing about like how Deathstroke was coming back because he was like the main
didn't
villain.
I show you that?
No, I found
was
that before.
animation
It was by the same guy
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything, but I was a
Gotcha.
fan of his before, and he was just like the return of Deathstroke and everything, and then like 5 minutes later, they're just like off screen. Well, we beat Deathstroke now to do a stupid joke thing, and they're just and like the creators admitted they were deliberately fucking with the old fans who were complaining about the show because they had never seen an episode of the original show before they started making that show.
Really?
Yeah, they admitted that. They were just like, so you guys huge fan, like when they were hired to make Teen Titans Go, they're just like, so you guys huge fans of the original Teen Titans show? And he's like, oh, we've never seen a single episode. and then it's just like, and then one guy's like, I might have seen like one once.
Which I think is fine if like you're doing your own independent thing, but not when you work for Cartoon Network and like there's no way that show's gonna stick around.
It's apparently
Like-
still been around for how many seasons is this?
Oh no, that's one of
It's
those.
gotta be 4.
That's one of those things where they can easily keep renewing and making money off of it.
How? Who's watching it?
Like a bunch of kids.
Yeah, it's bright and colorful, and it's loud and nonsensical. So.
It's one of those shows they can just like
Plus
put in a slot,
they play
put in
it
an empty slot.
at the perfect slot for like, what is it, like 4 o'clock to 5:30 when
Yeah.
kids are just getting home to not do their homework.
Yeah.
Those
watch it.
Also, you know, it's a great Teen Titans thing that I've heard of and never seen. That Tones and Animations. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? No, good.
Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo.
No, are you talking about the animation?
What are you talking about?
I'll show you later, Zach.
Oh, it's that kind of animation.
Yeah,
okay.
I told you about
Oh
it.
yeah, you did.
Yeah, you've seen
Is
that.
it Zone?
Yeah, Zone.
I was
yeah.
not. Frankly, I was not impressed. I thought
I was.
I've seen better.
Well, that
Fuck
was
you,
like
no,
from
it's
like 2005.
Yeah,
That wasn't like a new
Zone
thing.
hasn't really made a lot of new stuff recently. That's an entirely different
Yeah.
episode right there. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that
Yeah.
next
That's
time.
not gonna be an episode.
I mean, I've watched it and wrote them a letter and said I've appreciated sitting down with my clothes on and having a fine brandy and watching.
There's a song I have that is about that.
Hang on.
Oh my
It's called In the Zone.
Are you
I am
serious?
100% serious.
Is it by Zone?
Is it
No, it's-
by that Ken Ashcorp
It's
guy?
by Ken Ashcorp.
I thought so.
Let me just show you
the Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo, whatever the fuck.
That was the movie.
Yeah, I like that as a kid.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
But
yet.
yeah, like you were saying, it is in the perfect
Cell.
time slot.
Oh, yeah,
it's in the perfect time slot for kids just getting home. That time slot that when I came home from school, either Dragon Ball Z or The Simpsons would be on.
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, did you see the Broly movie by Team 4 Star?
Oh, I did. That was so good.
I need to watch more Team 4 Stars.
Oh, it's great. But it's funny because they've been doing it for years, and for years people are just like, when are you gonna abridge the Broly movies? When Broly? So like
this April Fool's Day.
It's been getting even more intense the closer they get to like the time, because they sort of like they do the stuff like roughly when in the timeline it occurs. And for April Fool's Day, they posted the Broly movie, and it's Digimon. It's the Digimon movie.
And I love the Digimon movie. It was by the same guy who made Boy with the Beast or The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. The great animation.
It's funny because like they were talking about it, and it's just like it's actually a parody of a parody, because they're making fun of Abridgimon, which is something that was made by a few of the guys like years ago. Like I remember Masako, who does the voice of Goku. He was just like, I edited it. It's ironic that I was the one who edited this movie, because it's making fun of Abridgimon, the pilot, which I edited years ago.
So meta.
Yeah.
All right, so how long has it been? Yeah, we should probably.
Yeah, we should probably.
On that note, guys, you know what we need to do?
Get a gun.
Well, that too.
Oh,
we need to collect all of our money together and make
quick.
our own Godzilla anime. Wow. You know it needs to be done.
Call it Godzilla-chan.
Yes.
All right, so.
Okay. Real quick before the sign off, I just remembered. Like you went to Florida for a reason. What was
Yeah, hold on. I wrote it down just so I wouldn't forget.
What'd you find? What lead? Like.
Right. You see, I went around to a couple different places between me going back to my hotel and then hanging out with the girl, and then back to my hotel and then hanging with the. But anyway, I found out by asking the locals, because I couldn't speak Spanish, but she could. We found out that Brooks Nicholas Zack frequents a bar in Crimeopolis called the Lusty Wench.
Oh, I go there.
But you know, the translation was a bit wrong, so maybe it was the Wusty Lench or the Rusty Bench or the Musty Stent. One of these, like, there's so many bars, but it has to be one of them. So we can start our lead with that next week. We'll just go bar to bar hopping. I mean, you were kicked out of not that many bars, right?
I mean, only 10, but like that's
all right.
I don't have 10 bars on.
It's just okay.
So now we
I'll wear a mustache.
You have a mustache.
I'll wear a bigger mustache.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so now we have a lead to follow. So you'll be able to listen to that next time. Anyway, let's do the plugs. So follow us on SoundCloud
and on Twitter
and
on
iTunes.
Instagram and on Pinterest.
If you want to get in contact with us, like maybe you did like Batman v Superman, you'd like to defend the movie, then you can
don't.
Yeah,
it's a waste of effort.
Then just like send us an email at with the address brooksandzach100years@gmail.com. So
and don't forget to tell us of what you think of the promo I finally made.
Oh, you did finally make that promo. Okay.
Woo! 4 months overdue. Remember the first time I was on here? That's when we first shot it. My computer's broke. Files wouldn't open. My job started up again. My job has stopped now, and I won't be working until another month. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, because it's good. I'll upload that plus the minisode, because I'm several days late on putting that on the YouTube channel.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Come on now.
Don't worry. It won't happen again. But anyway, yeah, so you can check out the YouTube channel. We will put other stuff other than episodes eventually. I have the files.
We'll put
I just
up
need
videos.
to edit. Yeah. Yeah.
Spring break.
Videos. Video. Zach, do you want to do your usual sign-off?
Yeah, the same sign-off we do every day. You're in an open crowd. All you can do is scream, but no words come out. You can't hear yourself think. All you do is look at your own hands, wondering, are they your hands? You can't tell. You trace the cracks on your hands back up to your arms, and you see the reflection of your face, and you say, Brooks and Zack, 100 years. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See ya.
Bye, Zack Snyder. Get over here. you're fine. I'd fuck you. It's me, whatever.
Thanks. Means a lot.
So this is the test, and we got that. We got that last bit.
Good.
Okay, so if
Everybody's been calling me Real Love.
Real love, really?
Yeah, because this ring says Real Love on it. I didn't choose what it
Did
said.
she give it to you?
No.
Oh.
I gave her one.
Oh, that's sad.
no,
It's sad. It's sad that I have a woman who makes me food and then has sex with me.
That's fine,
then,
but like, I mean, a ring? Come on. Get her
with
like
it?
a gun. It's Florida.
What? She has a taser.
Does she really?
Yeah, she was like, hey.
Did she use it on you?
Well, she showed me she had it and it had a charge in it. She pulled it out and she's like, yeah, we're in a bad part of Florida. I'm
like this on your balls.
I was like, can you put it away? I'm uncomfortable. And she's like, it's the only way I can walk through these streets here and feel safe. I'm like, wait, but you don't feel safe around me? And she's like, it's not that I don't feel safe around you. It's just that, you know, a taser works. I'm like, oh, all right, that's fine. It doesn't hurt my masculinity.
Well,
in
it's
the
Florida.
slightest.
I mean, there's like meth-addicted alligators there, man.
You're a meth-addicted alligator.
I mean, I am, but that's besides the point.
All right.